Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Today we have a very interesting topic. It's about a trope of bad boy. So before we go into further, I want to know from everyone here, what do you think about the bad boy trope?
Do you have any idea what it is about?
Handsome men. There are always second characters.
Okay, it's one of it. Have you seen any movies that romanticizing bad boys as the hero or the hot guy in the movie?
A lot. Crazy.
How do you feel about it?
I feel annoying. Why are we romanticizing that behavior?
I know, right? It's like as if
It's
you have to
a
be the bad
major
boy.
red flag.
It's like giving them a way, a pass to just treat people.
Oh my
Bad.
God.
Because they're handsome, they got money.
Yeah,
They can sing sometimes.
Okay.
And dance.
Now we're eating things up.
Yeah,
moving on.
I feel kind of feel attacked because I actually like this trope. But then, I'm a sucker for it. But it's different from this context, okay? So before we introduce about the movie that we analyze, so this bad boy is like a common character that is always being portrayed in the romance or teen stories. So they usually act rebellious but have this sort of hidden soft side. That's why people kind of like it. It's like you've been treated special when you become their lover or something. So the key traits that these bad boys have in the characteristics is they always break rules and doesn't fit in. They don't always do the normal kind of thing. They have this sort of mysterious past that we feel like, I kind of want to unravel it. I want to know it. Okay, this is my opinion, of course. This is what I feel like it. Okay, next they have this tough reputation on the outside, but of course they're being sweet to their favorite person.
Just usually the girl.
If it's the same gender, then I'll be worried. So, and always, they are always paired with good girl, as you can see from this video later on, this film later on. So why this bad boy trope is always popular? It's because people like the stories about changing someone who is bad. The terms of, I can fix him. The Lulu's kind of thing, okay? And also it's about this exciting, risky love.
It's a savior complex.
Please. Okay. So, moving on. So the film that we choose to analyze about this bad boy trope is Grease, the 1978 movies. So this is actually a musical film about 1950s people, teens who are in love. So that we have these two main characters, the bad boy, Danny, the leader of the rebel gang called Keepers. And then there's the girl, the good girl, Sandy, who is new to the school. So at that time, it was on summer vacation. They were on summer vacation, so they met at the beach, which they didn't specify where. Sandy is actually from Australia, hence that's why during summer vacation they met. And then in the beginning of the story, they kind of being sad, having to separate ways. But then they somehow faked, kind of play into it. Sandy attend the same school with Danny. So since Danny is the bad boy kind of guy, he have to show this macho or masculine kind of thing, especially in front of his gang because he is the leader. So he acts cool in front of his friend, and he kind of since during summer vacation he acts sweet with Sandy, but then when Sandy met him in high school, he acts like, oh yeah,
Nonchalant.
nonchalant. Oh yeah, we had a thing, this kind of thing that you say.
I like to add that my favorite line in this movie is that Sandy says, "My parents invited me for tea," and Danny just replies, "I don't drink tea." But you don't have to drink tea.
Yeah, that's true. It's very interesting. Okay, but also this movie also shows about Sandy tries to fit in with this group of girls called Pink Ladies. So the ending is that Danny actually kind of changed a little bit. He was trying to make his life better, but then Sandy also decided to change for him. So she changed her look and personality for Danny, fitting like the bad boy kind of thing. The ending is happy, but it's a bit controversial. But it's okay. You guys can see how it is.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into the theory. So multiple selves theory is basically when the spectators, when they watch a film, they recognize stuff and they have appropriate reactions to it. So one of it is private self. So basically, it's recognizing things that are special to you. So basically, throughout the movie, sometimes you can say like, "Oh, I used to do that in high school." Like, "Oh, I used to be like that in high school." So because Greece is set in a high school and everything, a lot of people have like similar memories. Obviously, not as crazy as what goes on in Greece, but like you have similar memories of the like, "Oh, I used to eat lunch with my friends like that." "Oh, I used to dress up like that when I went out." "Oh, I used to be a cheerleader back then." So things that would connect to you privately. So the second one is social self. So basically, it's when you see in the movie references to other things in like TV, in media, in music or anything. So because Greece is set in the 50s, what's the most popular thing in the 50s? Rock and roll. So Elvis and everything like that. And you can see that in the movie when like at the end when there's like a dance off between all the couples in high school and everything. Elvis's Hound Dog is playing in the background, so you're just like, "Oh, I know that song," and everything. So that's social stuff. And now cultural stuff. So you see, in today's context, Danny's behavior would not fly. Danny's behavior would not fly. So because oftentimes, like in the 50s, because like Fatih mentioned, he's trying to be macho. He's trying to show that he's the big guy and everything like that. This is something like what our generation would call alpha. One of those alpha males and everything, trying hard and everything. And one of the culture, many women have this opinion as well with Danny, is that his behavior towards Sandy is not it. It's despicable. So because oftentimes, like Fatih mentioned, he acts cool and suave in front of his friends. But in acting cool and suave, he really hurts Sandy's feelings. He like completely ignores her and everything. But then there's still this trope of like, "Oh, I still love him. Oh, I want him. I can fix him." And it's
But
like,
in today's context, we call it dilulu.
in today's context, we call it the Lulu. Sandy was on something. So yeah, there also one thing I can relate to romanticizing the bad boy trope is that a lot of times, like in this one musical number where Sandy and Danny are singing about like their summer love that they encountered before they even met each other, and Sandy's one is really innocent. It's like, "Oh, he was handsome, he did this," but Danny's one, especially when talking to his friends, is a bit lewd. It's got a lot of spicy stuff in it, if you know what I mean. Yes, he talks a lot about the details. So that in itself is just like, it doesn't fly in today's context. It's a big red flag. Moving on to the next person.
Okay, so for next one, my analysis is that for I forgot what to say. So for the next one, my part will be explaining on the economic masculinity that can be found in the movie. So to explain a little bit of what this is, it's basically this kind of pattern that can be found in the movie, which kind of stereotypes how the males are idolized as masculine. So in the group, the T-verse, there's like a certain pattern that you can see that kind of shows their masculinity and kind of wins over the women as well. First one is how they dress lah. They have like a certain dress code where they wear like hard leather jackets, they wear jeans or really like tight white shirts to show off their pecs.
Tight pants.
Yeah, it's to kind of show that they're tough and kind of like buff in a way. and that's how they kind of attract them up. The second one is how they speak to them. They speak in such a aggressive sexual way,
Yeah,
which
it's very
It's an experience.
yeah, I can only imagine how uncomfortable it is as a woman to be like kind of flirted in such a way.
What about you, in
Huh?
the terms of like, what do you think about it? Actually,
You as a man.
Me as a man, I've never been like
oh, is that
flirted
the
with a girl
I
before.
mean, so obvious not the better.
Sadly, because I've never been flirted by a guy girl, so it's like I've never felt. But I can only imagine how uncomfortable it must be to just be like dominated. I just can't. So I think we'll move on to the next one. Next one, public private security. Oh, so for this one, hold on. Over here, yeah. How do I start? So here, it's shown that.
Image at the public and within himself, how he portrays
Just,
based on your slide.
it's like how in this how the character Danny kind of portrays his masculinity with his peers versus with
Sandy.
with Sandy, yeah, basically that. So from outside, like with the public, he kind of is like a bit what do you call it, free in a way. Like he's just doing whatever he wants. He's like just going after people. He's being like call it.
Ultimate cool guy that is like, well, he portrays like how everyone wants to be friends with him.
The popular guy.
Yeah, the popular guy. I guess in a way it's kind of like a job, really.
Yeah,
a
a
job,
job.
like a popular.
A job that
It's
doesn't
just like-
exercise.
Yeah. Because but yeah, like he's just like going around, just talking to people, being like a extrovert, maybe a bit too much in a way. But then when he's like alone with Sandy, all of a sudden he's like from a lion to like a house cat for some reason, in a way. Where it's like
He's lying to a house cat.
yeah, there's like because like outside it's
Soft
like
guy.
Soft.
yeah, outside is like aggressive-ish. Then inside, like we just his novel. All of a sudden he's like, I want to be with you. I love you so much. It's like really intimate, really loving in a way. So yeah, just from that you can see like the kind of way how he shows his masculinity like with other people. Okay. Now move on to the next presenter.
So, I'll be talking about our standpoint and the solution to this problematic issue in the movie. So, as we have already discussed, although Greece is catchy, it's iconic, but let's not pretend that it's not also a little bit of
Propaganda.
problematic. Yeah. So, I mean, from what my groupmates have been mentioning, the allure of being the bad boy, the desire of being with the bad boy. You see from the minute with the scene of the movie, you can see Danny Zuko shows up at Rider High, how he's walking and talking cliche of the bad boy with his leather jacket, sleek hair, and
Crazy
overconfidence. And on top of it, he's the leader of the rebel gangs. So to us, to the public, to the audience, he's cool, he's rebellious. But we can't deny that he is kind of rude in a way. So, but somehow we, or even Sandy, fall for it. So, the problem is we in the movie romanticize the toxicity. So the romanticization of this toxicity teaches us that based on this movie that love equals to changing yourself. Like Sandy from the good girl is changing her appearance, her style into this wild that conforms to whatever Danny is in the movie.
Peer pressure is real.
Like becoming him.
And like all of my groupmates have mentioned as well, how he treated Sandy badly. So which means how abuse equals to passion. It gives this some sort of delusion to our audience, or even teaches the public that abuse is actually passion. Like when a boy ignores you, it means he likes you.
And a boy bullies you if
Yeah,
it's nice.
he's just shy. Boy being a boy. So,
Don't let that attitude fly, ladies. Don't let that attitude fly.
again, no accountability means happy ending. So it doesn't mean that Danny in this movie he gets away and he gets the girl. It means that it always be happy ending. Because in today's context, I think I can fairly say everyone knows what they want and knows the red flags and like the boundaries that the treatment that they should have. So I'm going off track right now. So from my standpoint, the romanticization of the bad boy trope in the movie Grease sends a very damaging message, which love requires women to change themselves to earn male validation. So it normalizes emotional but unavailability, and promotes the idea that disrespect is extractive. So for me, the solution is, well, I give a short, like a brief example of another movie called Booksmart back in 2019, where it actually portrays these young women that are very smart and they know what they want. Even they in one of the scene in the movie where one of the protagonists rejected the bad boy. So in that movie, it really this better stories really shows us that love can be mutual growth, and boundaries means us being strong,
And
secure, and value our
Self-worth.
self-worth. So, and also accountability is sexy. Not being nonchalant is sexy. I guess.
Consent is sexy, ladies.
So, I think we need to challenge this narrative in the media and in the real life as well by promoting healthier representation of relationships, like movie like Booksmart, or I think another one I forgot, but these days I'm quite satisfied that there are more movies that portraying more realistic romances and expectations of the audience, which is much more relatable rather than letting them into this delusion of a bad boy and happy ending in fairy tales. So we should really encourage young audience, especially women, to value the partners who show consistent care and without requiring self-erasure or any transformation just to to conform to whatever that they want of their partners. They don't have to change themselves just because it's the right thing to do. I mean, yes, sacrifice in relationships
It's always needed.
is always needed, but
You
you should put some boundaries on it to where you should be changing or put a line to it.
Yeah, I want to add to Farah's point. Like, I believe you shouldn't change yourself as an entire, like, become an entirely different person just to get someone's attention, because that attention as well doesn't last. Oftentimes, that kind of relationship doesn't last. Oftentimes.
So I guess that's all.
That's all for us.
So moving on to the conclusion.
So as you can see from our analysis, that we see Danny is like the classic bad boy kind of person, act star, like soft side for people. But then some people can see the movie differently. Some feel nostalgic, but others kind of like notice problems like Danny being rude to Sandy, right? and the fact that he acts differently in public versus private. It just like sure it shows the bad side, the bad boy kind of thing, but
It gives off kind of two-faced vibes.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Being hypocrite in a way.
Yeah.
feels like there's a problem with him. So the movie itself is fun. It shows, but it shows that it is sort of old-fashioned ideas. But then again, it's an old movie. They have great songs and stuff, but some of part of it still feels sexist. And then it is still popular, but now there's like something wrong with
Because
it.
For
people
different
have
reasons.
more realization on what they want
And how they should be treated as.
how a man should.
Feminism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, feminism.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's all.
That's all, guys. Thank you so much.